schedules quite a few. I'll let you, Greg, talk more about it. So give it up for Greg.
All right, so I kind of saw some hands. So who all dials their self? It seems like most people in here are making your own dials. Okay, cool. So I'll just kind of tell you a little bit about kind of my schedule, my script that I use. So I dial, like Ruben said, I dial on Saturday. I dial from typically 8:30, 9 a.m. at the latest, and I'll go till 12, 1 o'clock, or until I hit my goal for appointments. So when I dial Saturday, I'm booking Monday and Tuesday. The goal is minimum 14 appointments for those 2 days. So 7 on Monday, 7 on Tuesday. Ideally more if I can get it. I typically book every hour and a half, starting as early as 8 if I can. I love those early morning appointments because usually they're there at 8 in the morning. And also, if they'll book an appointment with me that early, they're probably a little serious about getting some coverage. So I'll book as early as I can, and I'll go as late as I need to. So I will dial Saturday morning to book Monday, Tuesday. I dial again Wednesday morning, same time. I start usually at 9 a.m. and I'll go till 12, 1 o'clock, or until I hit my goal. So I'm booking Thursday and Friday, same situation. I typically dial, I get direct mail leads. Every week I get 20 direct mail leads every single week, and I do Facebook leads. I typically get 20 to 30 of those every single week as well. My script is pretty similar on both of them. The only thing that really changes is just kind of in the beginning of really how I got their information. Do you have a preference, Ruben, of which one I do?
No, do it Facebook, please.
Facebook, all of them. All right, so I'll just pretend I'm calling, Facebook lead. I'll call you, Ruben.
Awesome.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Ruben.
Yeah?
Hey, Ruben. This is Greg Mullis. I'm the Senior Benefit Coordinator here in Guilford County. How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Awesome, great. Glad to hear that. Hey, the reason for the call, I'm getting back to you about that form that you had filled out a couple days ago. The one online where you had requested the information about the new state regulated program.
I don't remember that.
Oh, that's okay, Ruben. This is the one where you put fishing was your favorite hobby. Does that sound familiar?
On Facebook, that's
yeah,
correct.
Yeah, the one on Facebook. Yeah, the one on Facebook. You were requesting information for the new state regulated programs.
Okay.
Now, Ruben, my job's pretty simple. I'm calling today. I just needed to confirm a little bit of the information you put on there, okay?
Okay.
I got your first name Ruben, last name Trejo, T-R-E-J-O. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And I've got your date of birth as February 22nd, 1969. Does that sound right?
Wow. Yes.
All right, perfect. And your address is 123 North Main Street, and that's Greensboro, North Carolina. Is that all correct?
That is correct.
All right, perfect, Ruben. Well, the reason for the call today is you do qualify for the newest state regulated plan, and I'm going to be in your area all day on Monday helping people with this. Now, Ruben, it is a free appointment, but I'll need about 5 to 7 minutes of your time to go over the information that you requested, and so you'll know what you qualify for. And then answer any questions that you might have, then I'm going to be out of your hair. And I just wasn't sure, is it better for me to swing by in the morning before lunch, or would after lunch be better for you on Monday? Ruben?
After lunch. I have doctor's appointments all the time in the morning.
Okay, so after lunch is better for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Let me see what I've got here. I'm seeing a lot of people on Monday. I've got a 1:30 open, or I could do a little bit later, about 4 o'clock.
Let's do 4 just to be safe.
4 o'clock, okay, perfect. So I'm putting that down at 4 o'clock right now. Now, Ruben, the 123 Main Street, is that pretty easy to find with the GPS, or you think I might get lost?
Oh, yeah. Just don't use Apple.
It's off of what now?
Don't use Apple.
Oh, don't use Apple, so use Google.
Yes.
Okay, I can use Google. Now, the 123, will I see that on the house, or the mailbox, or the street?
Both.
It's on both. Okay, perfect. Now, Ruben, do me a favor. I've wrote you on my calendar for Monday at 4 o'clock. But if you could please do me a favor and write me down as well. They have me seeing a lot of people on Monday. So if for some reason you weren't there when I get there, it's gonna really throw a big monkey wrench in my schedule. Okay, so can you write that down for me so that way we don't miss each other on Monday?
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
perfect. And again, my name is Greg. That's Greg. And I got you down for Monday at 4 o'clock. And Ruben, I drive a little white car, so when you see me pull in, you'll know it's me. You ain't got to stick the dogs on me or anything, okay?
Okay.
All right, Ruben, I'll see you Monday at 4 o'clock, okay, buddy?
Very good.
All right,
Very good.
bye-bye.
Looking forward to it.
So that's pretty much what I say to a Facebook lead. My direct mail is almost identical. The only thing I do differently there is, hey, hey Ruben, this is Greg. I'm the Senior Benefit Coordinator here in Guilford County. I'm getting back to you about this form that you filled out. It's been a couple weeks ago. You were requesting information for the state regulated programs that help cover your funeral and final expenses. Now, Ruben, I'm guessing that's your handwriting because there's nobody else's name wrote on here.
Okay.
Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember.
Okay, perfect. Well, my job's pretty simple. I'm calling today just to confirm all the information, so that way we can make sure we get this to you and not to your neighbor. I've got you at 123 Main Street, is that correct?
Yes, that's it.
Correct, and that's, use the same script pretty much from there.
So let me ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
Man, Greg schedules many appointments between 14 and 16 Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, and his Mondays and Tuesdays are huge. They're huge with the squad. Okay, do you call back and confirm for the Tuesday appointments, or do you
No,
just show up?
I show up. Yeah.
Do you have a bunch of no-shows?
No, and that's why I tie it down really hard at the end. I want to get them to write that information down. I ask them about the house. My goal is for them to envision me coming to the house.
I love your title.
And so that's why I say those things. So they're literally thinking, and a lot of times they'll give me directions.
Right.
If they ever give you directions to the house, it's a done deal. Like they're gonna be there. They'll remember it. And so the more they talk about it, the more they'll remember. But that's why I ask them to write it down, and I let them know, hey, if you're not there when I get there, it's gonna really throw a monkey wrench in my schedule. And sometimes I'll even ask, hey, barring an emergency, Ruben, is there any reason you won't be home Monday at 4 o'clock when I get there? And I get them to, again, solidify that appointment with me. But no, I don't call, and that's why I do spend probably a little bit more time on the appointment when I'm talking to them, because I'm not booking appointments, I'm booking shows. I want them to be there when I get there.
So did you ever, when you set your appointments, were you not doing that? Did you notice a difference versus doing it?
Yes. Yeah, when I first started, it was very quick. It was, hey, I'm gonna be in your area on Monday, before lunch, after lunch, okay, great. I've got a 4:30 or 2, and when they would tell me a time, I'd say, great, I'll see you then. And the show was lower, so when I started solidifying and doing that, closing your show percentage went up.
I just wonder if that just works really good in certain areas, because I feel like the more you're on the phone, worse it is. And, I mean, when you're doing that stuff, okay, it's great, but then the questions start popping, cost, how much, what's it about, I found less is better, but I love that if you're doing it.
Yeah, I don't really get a lot of questions on the phone. I mean, and that's why Ricky talked about it earlier in the home taking authority. I like to take authority on the phone, and so that's why right away I want to get him in a habit of answering my questions. So that's why I like to get him to confirm his date of birth, his last name, his address. So he's on a yes train. So he said yes to me 5 times before I've even asked for the appointment.
So you call Saturday for
It's very
Monday,
powerful.
Tuesday, and then what do you do Wednesday for Thursday?
I call Wednesday for Thursday and Friday.
Do you ever have to call, like, skip Saturday, call Sunday?
If I skip Saturday, I'll usually call Monday. Typically, so if
same day appointments?
yeah, I'll book. If I'm calling Monday, I'm booking for Tuesday and Monday afternoon. Yeah.
Alright, you might have something to do Saturday, so you.
Yeah,
call
exactly. Yeah, so exactly. Like tomorrow, I'm not gonna get home till after lunch, so I may dial some in the afternoon, but I'm gonna block out on my schedule at least 3 hours Monday morning to dial so I can book up Tuesday.
Do you find that they ask for your phone number maybe in case they need to
Not usually.
cancel or?
Probably less than 10% of the time, ask for my phone number.
If they stand you up, do you call them back or?
Oh, yeah. Oh, if they're not there when I get there, oh yeah, I'll leave a little sticky note on their door. If I'm at their door and they're not there, they're gonna get at least 3 phone calls from me. I'm knocking on front door, side door, back door, any door that I can. And because we have an appointment, I'm worried about them. If I show up and they don't come, like, did they have a heart attack? Are they okay? So I'm genuinely, I want to make sure they're okay. So I'm gonna knock on every door. I'm gonna, call them. I text them too. I'll text them from the door. Hey, Miss Jones, this is Greg. I'm here for our appointment. Are you just running a little bit behind? Is everything okay? And sometimes they'll text back right away. Oh crap, I forgot. Blah blah blah. So I'll reschedule them if I can. Ideally, I try to reschedule them if they're not there.
Do you cold call and run the ones that don't answer their phone?
Typically my schedule on Wednesday afternoon, after I get done with my Wednesday morning session to book Thursday and Friday, that's my door knock time. So I'll go door knock with people I haven't got in touch with. And then if I ever get a no-show, that's what I do. So my no-show, I use what's called Road Warrior. So anytime, basically, at the end of the week, any leads I haven't got in touch with, I put into Road Warrior. And so if I ever have a no-show, pull up the app, figure out what leads do I have close to me, and I'm kind of like JP, I always keep leads in my trunk all over my car. So I always have people to go see, for sure. But yeah, definitely, I door knock during those shows and on Wednesdays. And if it's been a bad week, I'll go out. Saturday is a great day to telemarket. It's a great day to hit the phones, but it's also a great day for door knocking. So I always tell people, if you're not doing something, Matt always says this, if you're not doing some kind of work on Saturday, either phone calls or door knocking, you're leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table. Absolutely.
The last thing, and you mentioned this last time, whenever you talk, do you talk to them fast on the phone?
No.
How do you do it?
Well, I mirror them a little bit. If they have more energy when they pick up the phone, I'll have more energy. If they're, and especially because I dial in the morning, a lot of times people pick up, it's like, hello, like I can tell I woke them up. And so with those people, I'm talking slow. Hey, Miss Jones, this is Greg. So depending on kind of how they're talking to me will reflect, but typically I will talk slower, especially with final expense people, because I want to make sure that they're hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Very good, very good. Does anyone have any questions for Greg? Yes.
Facebook leads, was that a page you created yourself that you have people coming to you, or is that just something different?
Yes, it can be that if you run your own leads, like I do. I've worked with a guy that taught me how to run my own Facebook leads.
Okay.
So yes, I do my own internally, but that really just started a month or two ago. So for the last 6-8 months, I've bought Facebook leads from, with the help of Matt. There's several vendors out there that I know IFG works with several vendors as well. So there's some great companies that you can buy Facebook leads for, and you just tell them how many leads you want and what city you're in, and they start coming in. And what I like about Facebook leads is you get usually either their favorite color or their favorite hobby. So like Ruben said on that phone, as soon as he said, I don't remember, hey, this is the one you put fishing was your favorite hobby. And I was about to say that anyway, because you want to get to that very soon in the call. So that way they know you're not a telemarketer. Hey Ruben, I'm calling about that form you filled out on Facebook for the state regulated funeral and final expense plans. The one that you put NASCAR was your favorite hobby. Oh, and then as soon as he hears that, he's like, oh yeah, that was that form I filled out online. And so you immediately, because all you guys have been in, if you've been in the business, more than a couple weeks, you've been in a home and they get 5 or 6 calls when they're there. And so most of the time they assume you're a telemarketer that's calling them. So you gotta separate. Hey, it's okay, it's just Gaddy back there. He's okay.
So, security, come out.
So you got to separate yourself from being a telemarketer, and that's another reason why, like when he picks up and says, "Hey, Ruben, I want to sound like his friend. I don't want to sound like a computer. I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm some telemarketer reading a script on
Yeah.
a sheet of, on the computer screen.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much, Greg.